Perhaps you've heard the phrase, you can't give what you ain't got. Can't give what you ain't got. I wonder what this gospel is trying to teach us today about the fruit that is supposed to be collected by the landowner and the expectations the landowner has for those renters, those tenants, to live a just way. My experience of the local situation, farmers here in our part of the world, when it comes to the relationship between renter and owner, has a couple different ways in which you can look at that, and experiences that people perhaps have. For instance, in one case, a farmer could be renting land from an individual who is an absentee landlord, doesn't even live around here. In fact, might be 2 or 3 generations removed from the parents that originally owned that ground. And so you're renting from somebody that you really don't see. Even further off than that, one can think about the investors that exist in the world who buy up land and then have land managers that take care of the land and rent it out to other farmers, even more removed from the owner. And then you have the situation where you're renting land from somebody who just retired from the farm and is living in town. He knows you, you know him, he knows the situation, he knows your family, he knows your ups and downs. He understands the land and the soil, he understands the machinery, he understands the overhead, he understands the prices. And you can develop a relationship with him because you know him and he knows you. This makes the story of the gospel, I think, come alive. Because in the gospel, you don't see any connection, really, between the ones who are the tenants and the owner of the vineyard. First of all, he is distant. That's true about the story. But the attitude of those who are working the land was pretty vicious. To kill those who were the representatives, to kill them again, and then to kill the son. Tells us that there was no connection at all between the two. The analogy of the story is meant to teach us about our relationship with God. The vineyard is our own lives. The owner is God himself. We are the tenants. We are the stewards of what God has given us. And if we're going to make any sense out of life, out of the vineyard that we've been given, if we're going to make any sense out of that, then it's got to be by way of our connection with the one who is the giver of the gift in the first place. One of the phrases in the Archdiocesan vision is encounter Jesus, helping people encounter Jesus. I mean, that's the whole key to this, to have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ, where God is very real to you, and he very much is important to you. And you know that you are important to him because you feel his love for you. You know that connection that you have with him, that he has an absolutely irrefutable love for you, and that he also has a call for you that only you can do. He's given you a vocation in life. Whatever that vocation is and how it specifically is lived out is really your responsibility with him. But nonetheless, each of us has that call that we are to live out. Most of the time, this works pretty well with us and God. But sometimes, like the first reading tells us, we produce sour grapes. It's a bad year. We kind of get distant from God. Maybe we have committed some serious sin, or even just a whole pack of small ones. The Lord gives us an opportunity for that relationship to be rekindled and brought back into form by the sacrament of reconciliation. He gives us an opportunity to keep that relationship alive by our own prayer life. Similar to the situation where two people are working together because of the land, one the owner, one the renter. Even those bad years that come once in a while. Sometimes you hear stories where the owner really cares for the one who's renting the land and doesn't just become a harsh judge and expect their cut of the crop when there isn't much crop. I mean, Jesus is that way with us. He's always willing to hold us over to the next year. He's always willing to give us a second chance. For most Catholics, it gets kind of confusing when we think about this, because when we think about a personal relationship with Jesus Christ, we think about it as being kind of a Protestant thing, a Baptist thing, a fundamentalist thing. It's really not a Catholic thing. But it really is a Catholic thing. It really is our concern as well. We must have that continuous relationship with the Lord. One of the ways we can kind of give ourselves a litmus test on that is to ask ourselves the question: who and what is the first place you go when you are thankful for something, and where is the first place you go when you are in need of something? Do you see the Lord as being the first place you go? Thank you, Lord, for the gift that you've given me, for these hands that can work, for this ground that you've given me that I can farm, for the talents I have that helps to earn money to raise my family. Do I thank the Lord for those things? Do I have that intimate relationship with Him such that I see Him as being the gift of the gift? And then secondly, because we are so independent, kind of take care of ourselves, pull ourselves up by our bootstraps, maybe it's God not the first place to go when it comes to asking for things. Lord, help me to get through this. Lord, help me bless my efforts here today. Bless my talents. Lord, help me to raise my children. Help me to tell them about Jesus, the Jesus that I love so much. It used to be that all you had to do was go to church, say your prayers, send your kids to Catholic school or CCD, and maybe show up and work a few things in the parish, and that's all you needed. And I don't cut it anymore. Not enough. Because in that society, the way it used to be, you had an entire culture that supported the value system that was Catholic. The whole culture that supported it. We got that culture anymore. This is an anti-religious culture we live in. Very anti-religious and getting more and more so. So consequently, the only way you can stay on the road to being that religious person is because it's got to be something inside you, in your heart. It's got to start there. And that means that connection with the Lord that is personal. Like the psalm says to us today, the beasts of the field will feed upon it. It talks about a vineyard where the hedge has been torn down and it's been left for grazing, and the beasts of the field come in and just trample everything. That kind of happens sometimes for us. If we don't have that relationship with the Lord, then sometimes it feels like the beasts of the world get in there and just trample it all. Because that's exactly what will happen. They will eat you alive. To be a disciple of the Lord is to first of all know the Lord and want to know Him more and more. To know the Lord and to want to know Him more and more. That's what a disciple is. He sits at the feet of Jesus and listens to Him. And so that's our goal. To become true disciples of the Lord, who have encountered Him real in our lives, and therefore we're able to produce the fruit that is necessary from the vineyard that He has given us. And like that other parable about the seeds being sown in different kinds of soil, we're able to be that seed that's planted in good soil and produces 100-fold.